This is John McAllister with Around the State. It's a part of the McAllister Scouting Report. And today I'm doing an interview with a 2024 quarterback. And he's in the class of 2024. He's from Parma Padua. His name is Tyler Tusai. And he's a good player. He's big. He's 6'4", and 210, 215. He's growing. He's got a very strong arm. But he's a quality person. I was so impressed talking with him, and he's articulate, and he's just a really grounded person. Very impressed, and I think he'll be one of my MSR top quarterbacks this spring in the 2024 class. I appreciate it. Sit back and listen to my video podcast with Tyler Tusai. Good afternoon, Tyler Tusai. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Mr. McAllister. How are you?
I'm good. Like we said, I'm still above ground. Tyler, tell me your quarterback and what school do you go to and what grade are you in?
I'm a quarterback at Padua Franciscan, class of 2024, which is sophomore.
And you're going to graduate. Yeah, you're a 24 guy. So you're a sophomore. And right now, you honestly, talking to different college coaches, that this coming year is huge for you.
Yeah, this will be a big year for me.
Huge, because you've got to get to camps. You've got to get out there and meet, and go to some practices in July or August, maybe if you can.
Yeah.
All spring practice coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you can go to those.
Yeah.
With that being said, and then we'll get into different things. Do you play other sports?
Yeah, I do play basketball.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Gosh, I wish I'm a little behind here. Okay, that's really good. Your team just got beat the other day or just won the other day?
We won the other day. We're going into the third round against CVCA.
Okay, that's really good. When's that, Wednesday?
Yeah, it'll be Wednesday at 7 o'clock.
That's good. That's really good, man.
Yeah.
What position do you play?
Power forward, center.
Okay, bang a little bit. That's really good. Quarterbacks don't usually do that.
Yeah.
I saw your highlight film, and you do run once in a while over guys.
Yeah.
You know, that's really good to have.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about quarterbacking here real quickly. I think I talked to you about other sports, and let me get my notes. Okay, what made you decide to play quarterback? What made you decide to play football?
It was just me always like throwing the football, playing catch with my friends. I just fell in love with the game, and ever since that, I just love playing quarterback, love throwing the ball, love throwing touchdowns. It's just been fun.
You've been working at your trade for quite a while, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's really good. What do you think are the keys to your success so far on the football field?
I
guess I could say you're smart. You got to answer that. But what's made you successful so far?
I would say my coaches, my trainers, and my parents definitely pushing me to be at, like, I would say top level to compete. Me always training and stuff like that. Having good connections with my family, my coaches, especially my teammates. My teammates always pushing me pushing my teammates.
Well, you're a sophomore. You started this year, didn't you?
Yeah. This year I started, yeah.
What about leadership? How important is that?
Oh, I think it's very important, especially as a quarterback. Be leader of the team. Got to set, example. Always got to be the hardest worker.
And they got to know you mean business. Those big senior offensive linemen, you come in there and you better know your stuff because they're tired and they're big and strong. That's really good. That's really good. A little bit quarterbacking. What do you think are your strengths right now as a quarterback, or have you already talked to? Let's go physical. what are your physical strengths? What are your abilities as a quarterback?
I think it's me knowing the game mentally. I would say my body build is one of my main things. Me being big, so I can absorb some hits when I get tackled. My height, so I can see over the offensive line. I would say one of the biggest things would probably be my arm strength. Would be to fit the ball in some tight spots so my receivers can catch it.
Well, you're going to get your arm strength's really good, by the way.
Thank you.
Throw off your back foot at times, or throw on the run, and sometimes there are guys that's a unique ability.
Yeah,
your legs can be all, now they aren't always, but they can be all tied up, and you still get that ball off, and you still look downfield quite a bit. I think one thing, preach to you here a minute, but so many quarterbacks that have gone on to college study film, they say, study film in high school. And that people don't do enough of that. Yeah, I don't. Now with modern technology, with Huddle and everything else, you can just sit and look at it all the time. And I'll tell you, Tyler, that's huge to be able to do that. That's huge. Okay, if you could hang around with let's make it sports guy. If you could hang around with a sports guy all day, who would it be and why?
I would say either probably Tom Brady or I would say Tom Brady probably. He's my favorite quarterback. He's won 7 Super Bowls. He knows the game better than anyone. I mean, it would be awesome to learn from him, especially because in my opinion, I think he's the greatest of all time.
Boy, he's pretty good.
Yeah,
and he's smart, and he's you're like you were talking earlier. He's a competitor now.
Yeah,
man, you see it sometimes. I mean, like Joey Burrow. Joey Burrow's a competitor.
Yeah,
I know since he was in the sophomore in high school and down in Athens, and boy, he hates to lose. And
he's a very good quarterback.
Yeah, he's good. Okay. I have 3 silly questions for you. Here's the first one. Okay. What's one thing that nobody knows about you?
One thing they don't know about me. I would say, usually a lot of kids will go out and do all the partying and stuff like that. I really don't do that. I'm not really into that, to be honest. I usually just stay home. I usually like to be with my family a lot, spend time with them. I like to spend time with my grandparents, my grandma, grandpa a lot. I don't know. I just like spending time with my family a lot.
Well, that's really good. That's a good thing not to know. I mean, that's so good. Okay, maybe tie it in now with, as you look back so far, who's been kind of a kicking the butt guy for you, or a motivator for you, or some person that's kind of giving you encouragement and everything? Do you have anybody in your life so far that's done that?
I would say definitely my parents, and Tommy Tupa used to be my old quarterback coach, and I would say he's definitely pushed me and motivated me to be who I am today.
So you worked with Tommy Tupa, huh?
Yeah.
You didn't go to Brecksville, did you? You just
no.
Worked with him. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good, because I know his boys played at Brecksville.
Sure. I played with not the old Tom. I played with Tommy Jr.
Oh,
I worked with him. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Not with the dad. You worked with the player then.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good. I remember him playing.
Yeah, he was really good.
And like you, he has really good technique so far.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So he did. We talked about quarterback and the strengths and things like that. What do you have to improve on?
Me having to improve on, I would say my mechanics a little bit more, and definitely my quickness in my feet. I would say definitely my quickness in my feet, because I think that's one of my weakness parts of my game, because sometimes when I get back there, I look a little lackadaisical or lazy, and when my feet are slow, the ball or the accuracy isn't as good as when my feet are quick. So I would say the quickness in my feet would be the biggest part of my game I have to get better at.
Yeah, that's interesting, because first of all, you're only going to be able to get so quick.
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger's not quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you're Ben Roethlisberger, but some of those guys, you have to make use of your skills,
Yeah.
your natural given ability. I agree with you. I think sometimes looking at the video, keeping your feet underneath of you more, and then being able to move better. Sometimes we get our feet too far apart, and then we can't move because you have to collect and everything.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I don't want. I can go on preaching about quarterbacking. I don't know anything about it, but I think I do. That's the trouble. Then I think the other thing you do, give yourself credit. You're not going to run a 4.5, but you have good escapability. You can move around in the pocket and things like that. And plus, keep getting stronger. I was joking with you earlier. 6'3" every day, or 6'4" every once in a while.
6'4" every day. 6'5" once in a while. Yeah, 6'5".
Is that right? I'm wrong. Sorry. That's really good. Keep working on your feet. I think I told you that. But you don't go crazy with it. Just work on those quick feet drills.
Yeah.
And I think you have a strong arm. I mean, you can.
Thank you.
You threw one touchdown pass on your highlight video. It was 50 yards, I think, 45 in the air. It was coming. It was. I didn't look that closely. Okay. As you look back so far in your young career, well, I call it scrapbook time. What would be a play or two plays that you remember so far that you can talk about?
I would say the first one would probably be against NDCL when I was rolling out and I threw on the run when I threw the touchdown pass when I threw on the run. I think that was probably one of my favorite throws of the year by far. And the second one I would say probably was the one against Holy Name, my last playoff game when the pocket collapsed and I scrambled out and threw it to my tight end Freddie Borky, who made an amazing catch.
Okay, that's really good. And let's go back. Second silly question: what's one talent that you would like to have, but you don't have, and you never will be able to get it or do it? What's one talent?
I would say dancing, because I'm horrible at dancing.
Well, you're honest anyway. But no, you don't even do the online stuff. Do they still do those kind of things anymore? I don't know.
I don't maybe, probably.
I'm still doing the twist and things in the pony and stuff like that back in the 60s. Okay, that's really super. Now, you're going to go into your junior year. What advice would you give an eighth grader? It's going to be a freshman. You know, you're talking to him, and he's coming out for quarterback. What do you tell him?
I would say definitely work hard, take it serious. I mean, the years will go by fast. I mean, I'm already going into my junior year. I remember when I was a freshman, that was like a year ago. Now I'm going into my junior year. So, I mean, time goes by fast. So I would say take advantage of the time you have. Make the most of it.
Because sometimes you're only a play or two away, aren't you?
Yeah.
And I think that's huge. And I think that the more you learn, like you now have learned a lot, and I think you have a really good quarterback coach, and I think you've learned a lot. Now you just can keep adding to it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's really super. Okay, what words do you live by? Now, for me, it's like, you know, I have some Christian things here, and I also have just motivating things, you know, like success. What do you live by? What do you think about? What drives you?
I would say, like, for me personally, I would say the thing that motivates me is a little quote that's like, it says, "Prove the haters wrong," because since I've been little, there's always been people who have doubted me and who have tried to take in my position or think they're better than me. So I always use that as motivation to try to prove them wrong and show them that I'm good.
That's really good as you go to college and eventually and things like that. And here's what I tell guys. I think everybody has to, kind of what you're saying, everybody has to have a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
Now, you don't want some big old cement block up there. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that, because then you'll screw you up.
Yeah.
But you want something like a brick, maybe, even if that, and just keep that, because what you're saying, and I think that's one of the reasons guys, are successful. They try to prove people wrong and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. What it's kind of a hard question. What do you think you can't live without? What do you have to go to motivate? Not food, not that's the water or anything like that. What do you feel it's important in your life?
I would say my coaches, my trainers who have always been there to push me, get me better. And I would say most importantly, probably my parents who are always on me, pushing me to get better each and every day.
That's really good. That's super. Now let's talk about academics. How's the classroom for you? Is it a foreign language, foreign country, or do you like the classroom? And how are your grades?
I really like the classrooms. My classes are a little bit different than others. I have an IEP, so I have classes that are a little bit like smaller, so it's easier for me to learn. My teachers are great. They always help me. Grades are looking good right now, and I would say right now that the language I'm taking is Spanish. It's a little tricky, but I'm getting used to it.
That is so neat. That shows so much class with you, because, by the way, uh, ¿Cómo está usted? Do you understand Spanish or not? Huh?
No, well, I don't think we're that far. We're like on Wagos and like Queermos and stuff like that.
Well, my teacher in high school used to say, Juan, no jugamos en la clase. Estudiamos en la clase. We don't play in the class, we study.
Yeah.
All the time. But that's so good, because an IEP doesn't mean you're not. It just needs you need some learning help, for heaven's sakes. And everybody tries to be in. That's really good. That's a class thing on your part, by the way, to talk about that.
Thank
Okay,
you.
these go so fast, and I don't know. I enjoy.
Yeah.
Let me give football is energy. Okay, its energy is huge. What kind of energy do you bring to your team?
I would say the energy I bring is coming in every day, lifting big, always harping on my teammates. When I see usually someone slacking in the weight room, I usually get on them to lift big because I bring a lot out of myself to get better, and I want to bring that out of my teammates to have the same drive that I have to get better each and every day.
That's really good. That's huge. Last question. Okay, let's talk recruiting. I have a couple more. How is recruiting going so far? It's early, but not early. So how's recruiting going so far with you?
I say it's going good. I've had a couple coaches come talk to me at school, ask me to come visit their school. I'll actually be visiting Toledo pretty soon, which will be fun. I can't wait to meet their coaching staff. But the recruitment has been fun. It's not just me who's been recruited. My running back's been recruited, wide receivers have been recruited. Our team's been. I would say this is probably the best team we've had in a while that's been recruited.
Good. That's really good. Super. And I'm sure you'll handle it, right?
Yeah.
Recruiting, and keep your head small if things go well, or when
Yeah.
things go well. Okay. That's good. Okay. I'm coming to recruit you myself. And I think you have to sell yourself to me. What's your strength? What's your best quality as a person?
I would say me being a personable person, not being like I would say some kids usually when they get those offers or a couple offers, they usually get cocky, think they're better. I would say if I got a couple offers, I wouldn't really even tell you about it, maybe not even brag about it, because I think it's just an offer. But in my goal, I would want to get as much offers as I can until I commit to a college.
Yeah.
And
Well, I wish you the best. I offers I can, I've done this stuff a long time. So many offers, the majority of them are so bogus and so silly. They really are. Because, a guy says he has an offer. Well, he doesn't tell you that it's an offer to be a preferred walk on. Or, sometimes an offer is, okay, we're going to offer you, Tyler, as long as you get really good grades, as long as you don't screw up in class, as long as you do well at our camp. I mean, there's so many things that go into an offer.
yeah.
But it seems like you're going to be grounded on that. You come across as being pretty solid and understand that. Okay. It's really good. I appreciate it. You're my first guy in the 2004 class, and I wish you the very best. Okay.
All right. Thank you.